Well, turning now to the war in Ukraine, the CIA briefed Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky today, saying they have intelligence on Russia's new plan of attack. The Pentagon says they'll send another $2.5 billion in security aid to that country. And to date, nearly 8 million Ukrainians have had to flee their country, with so many needing so much help. President Biden announced a new program this week aimed at trying to make it easier for refugees to settle when they get here to the United States. And Sammy's with us now. This program is being called one of the boldest innovations in refugee resettlement in some time, right?
That's right, Jana. So this new program is named Welcome Corps. This will allow U.S. citizens to directly sponsor displaced people seeking refuge here in the U.S.
They're coming here because they want to make a life for themselves.
Christina Connolly was one of the Minnesotans who helped a few of the 2,337 refugees who arrived in the state last year. That's a preliminary number from the Department of Health, with Afghans and Ukrainians making up the majority.
I think they were, of course, nervous. They'd never been here.
She formed a small group with her friend, Donnie.
We were matched with a single mother and two teenaged kids, a boy and a girl.
And they helped an Afghan family build a life here. They were part of a private sponsorship program run by HIAS, a refugee agency. That organization was one of the few federally funded nonprofits tasked with resettling all U.S. refugees. Now, Americans can apply through Welcome Corps to support their own private sponsor group to help people resettle, which is the first U.S. government program to do so in about half a century.
So it obviously does increase ability and opportunity in various places where there are not resettlement agencies.
Alight, a local resettlement nonprofit, says this will help more refugees come to the U.S.
The plan is for the first refugees to arrive through the Welcome Corps program within the month of April.
And people who have already been helping say this model works.
It's fantastic. I think it's the best way to ensure that newcomers are successful in the United States.
I would like to think that more people will take the opportunity to help because you don't need much more than a willingness and connections and compassion.
So Alight tells us that many folks have stepped up wanting to sponsor refugees this past year. They say this program will allow more people to help. Jana.
Sammy, what does it take really realistically to form a private sponsor group?
So it's a big commitment. You actually need to have at least 5 people willing to sponsor a single family, and they need to raise about $2,300 per refugee to participate.
Well, we know a lot of people will probably step up even under those circumstances. Thanks so much, Sammy.